is the Super Mario Galaxy movie really that bad? By now, everyone has seen the negative reviews and such all across the internet. So I decided that I wanted to throw my opinion into the void and make a video on it. Now, if you have not seen the movie and want to remain spoiler-free, please leave and come back after you've seen the movie. There will be massive spoilers. Anywho, let's talk the So, before I answer the question, is this movie really that bad? I would recommend watching this video all the way through to the end before making any assumption on my opinion. When I say, yeah, kinda. Now, before you get mad, I loved this movie. I mean, I saw it twice in theaters, once in 3D. The second time, I actually brought my Pikmin plush and my Rosalina action figure with me. I got the cool popcorn bucket and the cool cup that they had at the movie theater, and that was really sick.
That cup is really bad at holding liquid.
You can't see it in the video, but I spilled Coke all over myself. Both Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 are some of my favorite games ever. I mean, duh, have you played them? Especially the first one. God, it's so good. It's one of the most beautiful video games ever made. And Rosalina is my favorite Mario character. I mean, look at my Rosalina shelf. She's my main in every Mario game where I can play as her. So, when they said that they were going to be making a Super Mario Galaxy movie and my goat Rosalina was going to be in that movie, I was going to be there day one. And I didn't even like the first movie. It felt like the basic 3 out of 10 baby movie slop that all Illumination movies are. If you're not aware, far below the Illumination production studio, they have a secret lab where they run experiments on little kids to genetically engineer their movies to make $1 billion. Minion goes banana, they laugh and make $1 billion. I guess that's my way of saying that I was not a big fan of the last movie. The animation was really good, the fight scenes were really good, and that's my surface level review of the Mario and Peach movie. I watched it twice, and I don't care to ever see it again. Now, the Galaxy movie might honestly be just as bad, if not worse. Keep in mind that I love this movie while I lay into it, okay? The Galaxy movie has one big problem. Rosalina is barely in the movie. She's on screen for like less than 5 minutes, and she's in all the marketing. I kid, kinda. But for real, this film has one big problem. And that is that the whole movie feels pointless. From a writing and storytelling perspective, the Super Mario and Peach Galaxy movie feels just kind of pointless. You could cut about an hour of content from this movie and it would still have the same conclusion. Pretty much everything after Peach leaves is Pretty much everything after Peach leaves to save Rosalina is pointless, especially with the Mario brothers. After Peach leaves to save Rosalina, Mario and Luigi have a fun montage of them saving people around the kingdom until Bowser Jr. attacks the castle in order to save his dad. After getting beaten by Donald Glover, the castle falls and the Mario Bros plus Yoshi plus Tiny Bowser are stranded in the Honey Hive Kingdom. All them escaping Bowser Jr. does to the runtime is lengthen the movie. Bowser still ends up being reunited with his son, still continues to be evil, Peach still meets Wart, learns that Rosalina's in the Space Junk Galaxy, they still meet Fox McCloud, they still get shot down on the dinosaur planet, Mario and Luigi don't turn into babies, Luigi still radios for help, the Luma still pick them up on the Common Observatory, and they still stop Bowser. There's only one thing that this affects, and it's that Bowser doesn't serve their sentence in the Honey Hive Kingdom, but I'm sure the Mario Bros could have found a way out of there, no problem. And that's just one example. So much of this movie feels like it could have been cut or reworked to make a better movie. The part on the dinosaur planet could be cut entirely, and all we would lose is the baby Super Mario Bros and the Yoshi Safari reference. There's no point to it for the overall story of this movie. This movie feels a lot like the first one in that way, where everything just feels like we're meandering around Lost, going from set piece to set piece, reference to reference, with no real point to it all. Another thing I think this movie suffers from is that Mario feels like a side character in his own movie. Any plot-relevant information that drives the story forward in any meaningful way is done by Princess Peach. Now, don't get me wrong. I like Princess Peach. I actually think one of the best parts of the first movie was how much more driven she is in protecting her kingdom and portraying her as a competent leader. This goes a long way to make her more interesting as a character, but like in the first movie, her filling that role, for some reason, makes them take time away from other characters like Luigi, who is sidelined for 90% of that adventure. and he was one of the best parts of that movie and this one. But in the Super Mario Galaxy movie, all of the agency over the story is given to Peach and Bowser Jr. instead of Mario, our protagonist. Again, I like this version of Peach. She's probably my favorite incarnation of the character thus far. But this is a Mario movie. I kind of want to see my main character, Mario, doing the important things, instead of just being dragged along by the story. And I could go on. I could talk about how all the cool casting and all the fun characters don't get to interact like at all. Everybody only has like 2 conversations in this whole movie, but I think by now you get my point. From a writing perspective, this movie is just bad. You know, it's just nothing. It's like the first movie. It's just nothing. But I also want to talk about why I actually think I love this movie. The animation and the OST carry this film. I did not think they could animate this movie better than the first one, but by golly, they did. And it's freaking beautiful. The opening shot of zooming through space was beautiful, especially in 3D. The fight scenes were genuinely awesome to watch. Everything felt super light and weighted at the same time. It was awesome. Bowser Jr.'s fights were so cool. The final fight with Mario, Luigi, and Yoshi versus Dry Bowser and Bowser Jr. was really sick, except for the ending, which I felt was pretty forced. But anyways, this movie looks fantastic, and I loved watching it every step of the way. I had a lot of fun watching it. But let's be honest, the Mario Galaxy movie would be nothing without how freaking phenomenal the soundtrack is. The OST does all the heavy lifting. All of the cinematic renditions of the game's soundtrack was so fantastic. No licensed music except for that one time very briefly. The freaking Star Fox theme was so sick. I don't even like the Star Fox theme that much, but the cinematic rendition was awesome. The only reason why anything in this movie feels as epic as it does was because of how freaking phenomenal the soundtrack is. I loved it so much. I loved this movie. I was one of those people who saw Thing and went, I know that thing, and then got a rush of dopamine. But is the movie good? No. Far from it. I think it is entirely possible to enjoy something but also think it's really bad. As a movie, I don't think it's very good. But I'd be lying if I said I wasn't in love and wanted to see it a third time. Now, before I end this video, I want to cover one thing because I know somebody's going to say this in the comments. But it's a kid's movie argument. You're not the target audience anymore. The same thing I saw people say when the first movie came out and a lot of people thought it was bad. I think it's entirely possible to make a good kids movie. I mean, some of the best movies of all time are kids movies. Kung Fu Panda, How to Train Your Dragon, Shrek, Up, WALL-E, Toy Story. All of these are good movies that tell interesting stories and have good messages for kids and grown-ups alike. I mean, one of the greatest pieces of media of all time, one of the most iconic and culturally impactful series ever created, was made for kids ages 6 to 12. Avatar: The Last Airbender. This show, I didn't watch for the first time until 2022 when I was 18. And I loved it, because good media, good kids media, doesn't have an age limit. When stories or characters are good, well written, and fun, even adults can get into kids shows and movies the first time they watch it when they're good. I know little kids are going to love the Super Mario Galaxy movie. I went to see it with my little cousins, and my 7-year-old gamer Nintendo cousin said he loved it. He was always going to because this movie was made for him to love it. In a lab by crazy scientist people at Illumination that know how to milk the child audience for billions of dollars. And as much as I loved this movie too, in my opinion, it really is that bad. And that honestly makes me very, very sad. I think I'm gonna go watch it again. Also, Daisy Girlies, get ready for fucking the third movie. I really hope they make her brown again, like the good old days. Anyways, like, comment, share, subscribe. Follow me on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. Peace.